Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. It's getting a little bit late and I think I'm gonna go to sleep soon. But before I go to sleep, I thought I'd crank out another video about your all's favorite topic, which is velocity banking. It's one of my favorite topics too, because you all love watching those videos. And one of the questions you've probably wondered, or you may have other people may have asked you when you try to explain the concepts, like, well, if velocity banking is so great, why aren't other people doing it? And that's a really good question, right? And so, just to kind of give you a little bit of my experience, I became a homeowner in 2021, right? So the way that if you look at this, this is a mortgage statement in 2022. So that's almost, I think, even a little bit more than a year ago. So it's 2051 right now. So, or not right now. It's the maturity date, and to figure out what the first payment is, you subtract 30 years, right? So I bought a home in 11/1/2021, and after 1 year, this is the original loan amount and this is the principal balance. And I use Velocity Banking to pay uh, off about 25% of the mortgage in a year. Okay, so now let's go here and just kind of do a quick calculation to see I'm not lying. 238,496 minus 179,681.65. That's about $58,000. And to just calculate in percentage terms, you just divide by the original loan amount, 238,496. So I paid off about 24.6%, which is about 25% of a mortgage, if you round up, in a year. Now, here's the thing. When I explain this to other people, most people will not do anything like this because they need to follow the crowd, right? And sometimes, not always, I think psychologically we're designed to follow, let's say somebody is running away from a building um, that's on fire, that actually helps us to avoid danger, right? It's all built with us. Humans are group creatures, but there are certain things that could be negative, right? So one of the ways that could be negative is if we all have bad habits and we're following the crowd, um, then we might put ourselves in danger. Okay, so when just because I'm a rebel inside, and maybe even a rebel without a cause, I do things that most people are unwilling to do, right? I'm willing to put my foot in the water or dip my toe in the water and do something if everyone else is afraid to dip their toe. So I did velocity banking even though there was not a single soul around me, especially my local level, like friends and family. I'm the only person who's done it at around me doing velocity banking. And so some people might say, well, if again, if it's so great and you're getting these results, why aren't other people doing it? Or you might not even know anybody who's doing it and just have that question, well, it's so great, why isn't everybody doing it? Is because most people must follow the crowd. It's like they can't go against the matrix. And this is a really easy strategy. All you got to do is just transfer some of your HELOC. Especially if you're paying a mortgage, transfer some of your HELOC or mortgage to the line of credit, HELOC, and then just pay it off with cash flow. Now, I'm not saying that you should do it because I don't give financial or legal advice to anybody in this channel, but that's what I did, and that's how I paid off 58 grand in a year, right? And so now let me just show you what most other people are doing and why you shouldn't follow the crowd. So I asked Google, what percentage of homeowners regret buying in 2023? And then you could see right here, 93% of Americans have regrets over buying a home. 93%. And so if you're going to ask a question like, why aren't most people doing velocity banking? My question to that is, why do 93% of Americans have regrets over buying a home? Right? Because this is what happens when you follow the crowd and you're not trying and testing new ideas. But I really, the only answer that I have to if this is so great, why aren't other most people doing it is because they're too busy regretting that they bought a home. And most people cannot get themselves to do things that are counter to the programming of society. They just can't. I can do that just because, if I'm being screwed over, I have to find solutions. I have to find other ways. I got to do something. But most people, they just follow the crowd and they can never, ever go against what the crowd or quote social mob wants. And that's just the honest truth, right? And maybe you're a rebel or you're thinking of being a rebel like me and doing velocity banking. And I know some of you, based on your comments and feedback, are doing velocity banking right now. But just realize if you do, you're basically a rarity. You're basically a rare gem because most people aren't able to do it. Because think about it, what do most people do? They committed the number one sin of real estate investing. And if you don't know what that is, actually, that's a class that we offer. So I'm not going to go into that. But they basically committed number one sin, thus regret buying over a home. I mean, do you know any other industry? And probably college fits this one too. But it seems like people regret going to college. It feels like it's less than 93%. But 93% of Americans have regrets over buying a home. And if we follow the crowd, we're going to be here, and that's what I don't want for anybody I know. All right. So again, velocity banking, really easy. Paycheck into a line of credit, expenses out of line of credit, blah, 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 blah. I did it for myself, paid off 25% of mortgage. I don't know a single other soul in my local community, like very local friends and family community who's done this. Thus, I'm a rebel. And if I had followed the crowd, I'd be in the 93% here. Now, my question for you is, why do you care about what other people are doing if you know that they're like lemmings off of a cliff? They're just like jumping off a cliff. Remember that like thing your teacher used to say, if all your friends jumped off of a cliff, would you do that too? And a lot of people well, they may not say yes, but deep down inside, that's what they're doing, right? But that's why most people, if it's so great, why aren't other people doing it? Because most people are too busy jumping off the cliff, following other people. Okay. All right. So it's Korean Atlanta mentorship. If you're interested in joining our group, go ahead and click the Google form link below. Otherwise, I think I'm going to sleep now. Have a good night, and I'll hopefully post another video by tomorrow.